Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. You might be recognizing something a little bit different today. Yes, it is called Blonde on Blonde, not brunette on blonde, not auburn on blonde. It's blonde on blonde. So I figured we'd go into it. Blonde. Anyways, I'm so silly. Anyway. I'm like, I just thought if we're gonna listen to Blonde on Blonde, I might as well be blonde, and then I'll have the full experience. Now, with Matthew's guidance and also my help, some help from a friend, I know that for Blonde on Blonde, we're supposed to be listening to it in 4 sittings. So we're gonna start with Rainy Day Woman, number 12 and 35, and we're gonna wrap up on One of Us Must Know Sooner or Later. All right, Blonde on Blonde is probably one of the most requested albums on the channel, so I'm excited to listen to it for the first time. Let me scooch out of the way and we can give this album a listen. And for all the things that we've missed before arriving here, I will go back. Don't you worry. I will. So let me adjust. We'll make sure this is left. Yes, this is right. We're ready to go. Let me hit play.
They'll stone you when you're trying to be so good. They'll stone you just like they said they would. They'll stone you when you're trying to go home. They'll stone you when you're there all alone. But I would not feel so all alone. Everybody must get stoned. Well, they'll stone you when you're walking on the street. They'll stone you when you're trying to keep your seat. They'll stone you when you're walking on the floor. They'll stone you when you're walking through the door. But I would not feel so all alone. Everybody must get stoned. They'll stone you when you're at the breakfast table. They'll stone you when you are unable. They'll stone you when you're trying to make a buck. They'll stone you and then they'll say good luck. Yeah, but I would not feel so
Under any
all
circumstance.
alone. Everybody must get stoned.
I like that.
Well, they stone you and say that it's the end. Then they'll stone you and then you'll come back again. They'll stone you when you're riding in your car. They'll stone you when you're playing your guitar. Yes, but I would not feel so all alone. Everybody must
like
get
this a lot.
stoned. Alright.
So,
Well, they'll stone you stone you when you are walking home. They'll stone you and then say they are brave. They'll stone you when you're sent down in your grave. But I would not feel so all alone. Everybody must get stoned.
Yeah. That was great. I put it on not autoplay. Did I turn it on or off? Ladies and gentlemen, come on. Let's lock in. Let's lock in. Okay. So this is an interesting song when you think about the title, Rainy Day Woman 12 and 35. Why is it called that? The lyrics themselves are really interesting. I loved how it started with the drums. The drums are really good. It felt like a marching band, like a parade, right? Which is amazing. Like I love the sound of that. I also love like the yelling in the back where like the people were chiming in. They're like, yes, they will. It reminds me of the kind of blues stuff I've been listening to recently. I think it like I listened to Muddy Waters and like they're doing that in the background. And I think it makes the music come alive beyond just the artist on the track. So I love that. Another thing about this track that I liked was the everybody must get stoned part. I love like stone can be like a physical stoning, like an actual stoning, but also like stoned as in high. Now, I don't know if that's what his intention was to say everybody must get stoned or stoned. Either ways, I think, if it's a double meaning and it's meant to be taken with both meanings, I love that. I love that there's a double meaning to the song. I also love the general, and I don't have the lyrics in front of me. I love the general lyrics as well. Just kind of speaking to, at least so I think, speaking to the general rejection that people will bestow despite the circumstances. It doesn't matter what you're doing. It don't matter how you're doing it. People will find a reason to reject you or forsake you. Um, it don't matter. So it's kind of like just do your own thing, you know what I'm saying? And it don't matter. Everybody will get stoned. We'll all get rejected for one reason or another. I really enjoyed it. I loved the instrumentation. I loved his vocal delivery. I love the laughing, where he says everybody must get stoned. I really enjoyed this track. It just feels great. And also I had this feeling like there needed to be like showgirls, when it says "doo, doo, 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 doo." I don't even know which part, but I'll play through. Alright.
And you're trying to be so good. They'll stone you just like they said they would. They'll stone you when you're trying to go home. They'll stone you when you're there all alone.
Yeah, like under any circumstances, they will reject you. And I think like one of the things I really love about this is like since we recently watched the San Francisco press conference, it reminds me of this kind of like, you're wishing them good luck, like he said, and I hope you make it. And this is what this feels like. Wishing you good luck and I hope you make it. I'm telling you what they will do.
They'll stone you when you're walking through the door. But I would not feel so all alone. Everybody
I love their
must
sound.
get stoned.
I love the screaming too. I apologize.
They'll stone you when you're at the breakfast table. They'll stone you when you are unable. They'll stone you when you...
As I've been like listening to music on this channel, I've been wondering like, I've been trying to understand Bob Dylan. We've said this, we've spoken about it. I think the thing about Bob Dylan too is the fact that I think like his music is for the living, like it just like it takes on so many different angles and perspectives of life, and if you listen to his music, then there's so much that you can learn. And I really love that. Like, I think in a way, Bob's life and his music is like a template for how to approach life. There is a lot like contained within his own actions in choosing to be himself and choosing his own path, but also the opinions he shares in his music as well. I think just rich with wisdom. And even when he says he was wise and or old and then he's young, it's just interesting. Like, even that statement itself contains so much wisdom. So I've never studied Buddhist philosophy. I really do want to. I'm curious to know like how like some of his things and the things he said in his songs align with some of those philosophies, because that feels like old and young, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, I really enjoyed the song. Very, very fun, a very high energy way to open the track. I feel like I have arrived to Blonde on Blonde.